wanted to do comparative testing between my bundle bow that I made yesterday and my Lantana quickie bow that I made about a week ago now. But when I strung it up, it started to crack. Critical failure. You know what? It still lasted longer than the bundle bow. That's right. I made it yesterday. It's dried out a little. One of the bits of Lantana has already busted. I mean, sure, I can replace that one that's busted a lot easier than I can make a whole new one. But when they were both working, this one definitely seemed to shoot a hell of a lot further and a hell of a lot faster. Was a lot more ergonomic. I can actually put my hand around it, and there is a massive difference in weight. This weighs maybe not even half of what this does, and this consumes about 30 feet more cordage. So for the lack of ergonomics, lack of durability, lack of range, lack of speed, increase in materials, let's see how much lethality we get. Let's see how much penetration it gets at a whopping 1 pace away. That is the most penetration I've been able to get out of this thing. Before it was doing more like that. Hell, before at 1 pace away it was bouncing off because of the angle. Let's give it 2. 1, 2. You seeing the problem with this? Coming to the center. Way off. Even less penetration this time. Aimed at the same point. Got here this time. Right, so at that distance, I could just hit the rabbit with the bow. I just throw it like a really overly complicated rabbit stick, or just take an extra step and club it. And I honestly do not know how well a foam target like that relates to flesh and bone on a small animal such as a rabbit. That's really just the same kind of foam you get in a camping pad. But regardless, at that range, I'm 2 paces away. That spread is larger than a rabbit at 2 feet away. The hell? And for the amount of force I put into drawing the arrow, I get very little in return. I get a very slow, low-powered arrow. Now, I've only ever seen one bundle bow that appeared to be effective on video, but I have no way of verifying its effectiveness, even though it was created by a rather reputable person. This bundle bow is absolutely pathetic. Honestly, I think I might have to build another one, and I'm thinking removing the bark just to cut down on some of the weight, bulk, and friction between the limbs, all flexing. And while I, at this point in time, cannot totally write off the bundle bow because I've only made one, it would just not be fair to label this as total BS after only making one. I'm going to have to do several of them, see if I can make the best possible bundle bow with my resources, and see how well that performs, because this one here is just pathetic. Does this seem familiar? This scenery? I hope it does. It's the exact same place I was when I was testing my first Lantana quickie bow, which appeared to be almost effective. Well, obviously I know I'm in the same place, but I know where I was shooting from, I know where my target was. Let's give a comparison for accuracy and range and penetration. We've already seen how little penetration it gets at pretty much point blank. Let's see what it does over a distance, if we can actually hit anything. So this is a part of my war against BS survival information, testing stuff and seeing if it's valid or not. So far, this looks like bovine scat to me. Wow, I really did not expect it to go that far. Finally hit it! So, after travelling a short distance of about 9 paces, it has about the same penetration. Basically, we can hit something the size of a small car. So for this to be effective at 9 paces, we need to find an animal with a kill zone about the size of a car, and that can be killed by something that achieves that much penetration into something of that density. So I guess probably one of the biggest things stopping that bow from being effective is the fact that this is Earth. And to my knowledge, there is no animal that meets that criteria on this planet. I know. It might be effective against the giant jellyfish monsters of Uranus.
Uranus. That tickled.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say I reckon this could kill a mouse. But to be honest, we have to get so close to it to have any hope of hitting it. We could probably just kick it. And if I was in a real survival situation, I would definitely be looking for a flexible tree to make a stave out of for a bow, not a bunch of flexible sticks to be making a bundle bow. Now, I can't in good conscience just write off the bundle bow after making one. That's very unscientific. So I'm going to have to make several and see how much of a better bundle bow I can make to try and make the best bundle bow I can, and seeing how much I can improve it. But you know what? This one, complete garbage.